Have you ever prayed so hard that your heart felt like it might break? This is the story of a woman who did just that. Her name was Hannah. Hannah lived in Israel long ago. She loved God deeply, but her heart was heavy with sadness. Why? Because Hannah had no children. Every day she longed for a baby to hold, but the years passed, and still, her arms were empty. One day, Hannah traveled with her husband to the house of the Lord in Shiloh. It was a holy place where people came to worship and pray. When they arrived, Hannah slipped away quietly. She poured out her heart to God. Her lips moved, but no sound came out. Tears rolled down her face as she whispered in her heart, "Lord Almighty, if you will only look at me, your servant, and remember me. If you give me a son, I will give him back to you. All his life, he will belong to you." A priest named Eli saw her praying. He thought she was just mumbling nonsense. But Hannah quickly explained, "I am not drunk. I am pouring out my soul to the Lord." Eli's face softened. He lifted his hand and said, "Go in peace, and may the God of Israel grant you what you have asked." From that moment, Hannah's sadness turned into hope. She believed God had heard her. And guess what? God did. In time, Hannah held a baby boy in her arms. She named him Samuel, which means God has heard. True to her promise, when Samuel was old enough, Hannah brought him to the house of the Lord. She placed him in Eli's care and said, "I prayed for this child, and the Lord gave me what I asked. Now I give him back to the Lord. All his life he will serve him." Samuel grew up to be one of the greatest prophets of Israel. He listened to God's voice, and he guided the nation. And it all began with the deep, faithful prayer of his mother. Hannah's story shows us that God listens to every prayer, even the ones spoken in tears and silence. When we trust him, he can turn our sadness into joy and use our lives for something greater than we ever imagined.